Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another amazing video recording on YouTube at your popular YouTube channel, the UK Coupon Key, with your host Lucky Star, bringing you our second extra corner video for week 46, 2023, which is a blue coupon week, for which we are bringing you this particular video based off of a question being asked by some of our viewers. And we actually really want to go into this because something I think a lot of us are having problem with, but probably we've not asked this type of question. I know some of these columns on these papers are not easy to actually forecast, and that particular column this our brother was asking about is really very difficult to utilize from our right on football fixture. And let me put it like this: the question he asked was this, and I quote, please help me on how to use the key column in right on football fixtures. And he went on to say, I mean, how, when, where do I apply it? And that's a very fantastic question which has different dimensions, but I'm going to address all of this. And I really do like this type of question. In case you have questions like this, put it forward for us to us. And regarding any of the journals, maybe the ones we use here and the ones probably if we have idea on, we'll do our best to explain this particular type of things for you so that you can understand these things very well. Because we really do encourage you that on your own, you should be able to go through what we forecast here, and on your own, you can be able to also do your own forecast. It goes a long way, gives you confidence, and that is one very viable thing which I think each and every one of us actually really do need. Now, we'll be looking at the key column of this particular right on football fixture, and that is at the back of the journal. So we'll be seeing that shortly. In case you're not familiar with this particular journal, which is the right on football fixture, this is the back page of the journal, and this is the key column that the brother was asking about. For this week 46, 2023, we have number 20 at this column. Look at the topic, the title of the column is the key column. That is at the far right hand side of this particular journal, under the overseas pools compilers draw statistics column. And how do they arrive at this digit which they usually put at this key column? I think we have to start from there. When we know how they arrive at putting at those digits at that place on every week, therefore we can be able to explain the reason for this particular digit on this column. Now we have alphabet A to P, and from A to P alphabet is number 16 on your letters. It is number 16. Therefore, under each of the alphabets, we have trios embedded in them. And if you do your calculation, from your coupon fixture, you have 49 matches on your coupon fixture every week. Now, 3 under all of these trios, multiply that by the value of your letter P, which is 16, and you have a particular value. Let's do that calculation now. Now, this is the illustration. From that segment, we have our letter P, and the value of that is 16. Then underneath each of those alphabet that we have there, we have trio, and the value of our trio, which is 3. If you multiply 16 by 3, you have an answer which is 48. And now remember, our coupon fixture is 49. So we'll go further to do another calculation again to derive how they came about putting a particular number at that spot. So now, from the pooled matches for the week, we have the value as 49, and the value which we calculated from the overseas compilers pools column, we had the value at 48. When we multiplied our 3 times 16, we had 48 as the value. Therefore, if you subtract 48 from 49, that leaves you with 1, which means there was a particular match in the coupon fixture that was not able to fit into that overseas pools compilers segment. That match has to be taken to the key column. So that's how the editor arrived at having that particular digit number weekly at the key column to balance everything up to equal to 49 matches of the coupon fixture for every particular week. So now that we've been able to establish the reason why they arrive at putting an extra digit here, that is to fulfill all righteousness, to complete the 49 matches for the coupon fixture on this particular segment. And note something: this particular digit that is being placed here is they cannot draw for the editor. That is what I've seen about that particular digit. It's like an outcast. It's like a borderline game, which a game that has 50-50 chance. And that's why the editor has to put it at this spot, create its own column for it. It's a 50-50 chance game. So in a given season, like if you look at the 2021 to 2022 season, that particular column gave draw only, I think, 12 times for the whole of that season. It was only marked as a draw for 12 times. So it's not your usual draw column. So it's an outcast kind of game, a borderline game, a game which the editor, okay, let's say, well, this one doesn't have forecast. According to me, I put it there as an extra game, but it has to be complete 49 matches in the coupon fixture. So this particular column is not a column that you use regularly to pick your draws from. Some persons actually use it as their dead game on a weekly basis. I won't lie to you. They use it as their dead game. So that is a borderline game, a cannot draw kind of game, and a missing number from the full list kind of game. So that is what it is. Now that we've been able to establish how they came to putting it in that place, now I think the person that asked the question also said when he will be able to use it and how he will be able to use it. I actually do have some sequence which I've used from that column for some time ago, but it doesn't last that long, so it comes easy, and before you know, it fades out. And I'm going to show some of those weeks so that subsequently we can phantom our own way of forecasting it fine and good, or you can use the model which I'm going to give you now. It may go a long way to helping you using that particular column. So that key column is a very fascinating column on this particular journal, and I'm going to show something from week 8 2021. So we'll see what I really mean about that particular position giving us a draw, if at all. So for this week 8 2021, on the key column we have the number 8. I remember 8 is the weak number, so the appearance of the weak number here, I discovered that it gave a draw. That means you watch out for something like this. When you find a weak number on that spot, you can actually also utilize it as a draw. So these are some of the ways that you can actually utilize that space. It doesn't draw every other time, but when they put the week number there, it gave a draw. Now, you can also actually see this for week 12, 2021. So it was week 8, they did it. 4 weeks time, which was week 12, that place also picked the week number and it gave a draw again. Here we go for that week. We have number 12 in the key column, and it is the week number. And we also marked it as a draw. So that occurred twice for the season of 2021, 2022, and I think we did not visit that sequence again ever since then. So you can watch out for something like this as to how to use that particular space as to give you a draw. Then I will show us another sequence again, which gave us draw for 3 times, and I think did not draw again ever since then, and is still on a purple coupon week. And that is for week 16, 2022, which is the correct season we are in. So on a purple coupon week, this is what happens with that particular column. Take note of this compiler final 4 column, the third game where you have number 10 here. On an 8-week basis, that is when they will transfer this game, which is on the 3rd position here, to that key column at the back page of this journal. So for this week 16, you'll see number 10 at that spot. Then it will only occur again in 8 weeks time. This is the back page of the week 16, 2022, and we have number 10 at this spot, which is the key column. So it gave us a draw. And in week 20, you will not see that game be transferred to that spot. To only be transferred again in week 24, as you can see shortly. Here we are for that week. We have at the compiler final 4 column, the 3rd spot, we have number 34. This number 24 will be transferred to the back page key column of this journal. At the back page, we have the number 34 here, and it was a draw for that week. So it has drawn twice now. So the only time you will see that game again be transferred to that place was for week 32, and I think it gave a draw again for the 3rd time. For week 32, 2023, we have number 16 at the 3rd spot of the compiler final 4 column, and that will be transferred to the key column at the back page. And that was actually what transpired. We have number 16 at the key column, and it gave us a draw. So you can actually see that for this particular season that we are in, for 3 times in a row, it gave a draw. And for week 40, when the sequence set again, there was no draw to be marked there. So these are some of the ways you can actually look at for such columns to give you a draw. Now, we've been able to point out that on purple coupon weeks, 8 weeks interval, to be transferred to the third spot of the compiler final 4 column that we have established. So when subsequently it gives a draw, you can maybe bank on it again for 8 weeks time to pick a draw for you. And we'll also see that when week number is being transferred to this spot, it can also give you a draw. And I hope I've been able to address the question which is our brother asked. So that particular spot is not what you dive into every week to pick draw games. It's a cannot draw kind of column, so you have to tread with caution. Click on the like button in case you like this particular video which you've watched, or any of our video for that matter. Place your comment in the comment section. We really do appreciate it because it goes a long way to make us know how you're feeling us out there. And also don't forget to get subscribed to this channel just in case you are not subscribed yet, because you can benefit a whole lot from this particular channel, just like you've seen us do now. We've given a lecture on a particular column on this journal, and you can also put your question out there. I will solve them just the same way. Click on the like button. We really do appreciate all of that. Thank you very much. You've been able to see the video from the beginning to this end. See you in the next video.